Hello, everybody. Welcome to Masterpiece Show. Today, as always, we will have another very special guest in our show. It's my pleasure to introduce one of the most talented and awesome GAR students, Sebastián Freire. Sebas, welcome to Masterpiece Show.
Thank you very much, Mauricio. It is a pleasure being here. I really appreciate the invitation, and I'm really happy to be here, sharing stories, sharing experiences, and just telling probably my whole life. So, thank you very much for the invitation. Thanks for having me here once again, and looking forward to sharing my experiences.
Thank you so much, Sebas, for accepting this invitation. All right, so before we start with this interview, we want to send special greetings to all people who are watching this show around the world. We want to send special greetings to all people who are watching this show in Europe, in Scotland, England, the Netherlands, Germany, Italy, and Spain. Thank you so much for being part of Masterpiece Show. We want to send special greetings to all people who are watching this show in Japan, China, South Korea, Saudi Arabia, and Australia. Thank you so much for your kind messages, and thank you so much for watching Masterpiece Show. We want to send special greetings to all people who are watching this show in Canada, the USA, Mexico, Trinidad and Tobago, Panama, Colombia, Brazil, Peru, Argentina, Paraguay, and of course here in Ecuador. Thank you so much for being part of Masterpiece Show. All right, so now I am going to explain you the parts of this interview. Well, as everybody knows, this interview is divided into several sections. The first section is called background. Here, Sebastian is going to tell us about his academic background, his studies, and so on. Then we have the section called speech. Here, Sebastian is going to tell us important information about his experience as a GAR student and also his experience as an international student at one of the most prestigious universities in the world. Next, we have some pictures, and I am going to ask some questions to Sebastian about these pictures. After that, we will have time to play three games. The first game is called Hide the Picture. The second game is called The Curious Wheel. And the third game is called Let Us Know. Almost at the end, we will ask Sebastian the three final questions, and at the end, we will have the chance to read all the messages that the audience will send us to our Facebook Live chat. All right. So before we start with this interview, let me invite all audience to follow us on our social media sites, especially on Facebook and YouTube, and also on Instagram. Remember that you can find us as Andivisa Producciones, and you can enjoy these wonderful interviews. All right. So with this, let me show you important notes about our special guest. All right. Here we go. Our special guest, Sebastián Freire. He is an international student at one of the most prestigious universities in the world, the University of Saskatchewan in Canada, and he was one of the GAR scholarship recipients. Thanks to this scholarship, he had the opportunity to apply to this prestigious university, and now he is going to tell us a little bit more about his academic background. All right, so Sebastian, let's start with the first part. Can you tell us a little bit more about your academic background, please?
Yeah, for sure. Would you like me to share my screen right now,
Sure,
or later
sure,
on?
you can.
Let me just share my screen here.
Well, in the meantime, let me tell you that Sebastian is one of the GAR scholarship recipients who had the chance to apply to this to this prestigious university, and currently he's studying at this university in Canada. So today he's going to share important information about his experience as a GAR scholarship recipient and also as an international student. By the way,
Awesome.
we want
Can
to
you
say
see now? Sorry.
all right, okay. Probably you have the option over there, share my screen or something like that. 'Cause-
Let me just check. Can you see it now? Because I think
Not yet. Not yet.
not yet. Okay, just
Not
sorry
yet.
about that. Hold on a second there.
By the way, we want to send special greetings to all GAR students who are watching this show around the world. Thank you so much for your support, and thank you so much for watching this show. We want to send special greetings to all Tech students who are following us during this interview. Thank you so much. We really, really appreciate it. Remember that you can follow us on our social media channels. Our official channels are on Facebook, on Instagram, and also on YouTube. Remember that you can follow us as Andivisa Producciones, and then you will have the chance to watch these interviews and also to enjoy part of our programs that we have prepared for you. All right.
Awesome. Can you see my screen now? Sorry.
Not yet. All right. All right. I got it. I got it. Yes.
Awesome.
There you
Awesome.
are. Okay.
What about there?
Perfect. There you are.
Looks good.
Yes. That's
Awesome.
right. Yes.
Awesome. Thank you. Thank you very much, Mauricio, for that very amazing introduction, I gotta say. As you say, my name is Brian Sebastián Freire. I am currently an undergrad student at the University of Saskatchewan, currently pursuing a Bachelor of Science in Agriculture with a major in agronomy. This is my kind of second and third year, and I will be getting perhaps a minor in soil sciences as well. Well, a little bit of my academic background. I studied my school here, my primary school here in Ambato, my home city. Then I transferred to a public institution to get my high school degree. That was a really nice experience because, that was a really big change and a really big shift. Kind of a really big transition from a private to a public institution. And I gotta say that I did learn a lot of things from there. And then afterwards, I decided to study medicine for 1 year. That was kind of my dream, to become a medic, a doctor. So, but afterwards, I started to think a little bit more about my life, what I want to do in terms of my profession and my future career. And I decided to take the exam once again. The exam wasn't really easy this time because it included more topics, more academic topics, chemistry, biology, something that wasn't tested in the previous test. So it was a big challenge, I gotta say. I used to work the first half of the day. I used to work with my dad, and the other half of the day I would study for this exam. For my surprise, I got the scholarship. I wasn't expecting that at all. I just wanted to go to Quito to study the university, but that was a big surprise. I got the scholarship. I got into this program, and I am in the university, and one of the most prestigious universities in the world. So I'm really happy for that. You want me to go on my personal life right now, or?
All right. Well, I see that you have some nice pictures. Unfortunately, we can't see it, the whole pictures. I don't know what happened. Okay, now we can see it. Now we can see it.
You can see them.
Yeah, now we can see it.
Awesome. So I just wanted to talk a little bit about myself, who I am, what I do. I really like hiking. I really like climbing, and I really like traveling around, in this case, Ecuador, previously going to Canada. So as you can see in the first picture, that was one of the most amazing views that I had when I went to the Nisas. And then you can see in the middle when we reached the summit as well. And, and the third picture, that is just a summary of myself, how I show and how I think about myself, sharing the Ecuadorian culture around the world. And yeah, so also I wanted to talk a little bit more about the GAR experience. It was really nice at the beginning. I got to say that I met a lot of amazing people. Some of them we're still in contact. We sometimes exchange some messages, but, not very often. And, you can see this little lady over here. She might be watching me right now. Maybe she's going to watch this video later. Just want to send her some greetings to the Netherlands. So very, very nice people. They were amazing, really supportive. And that was an amazing year, I gotta say, full of experiences, full of new people, and professors as well, professors and personal development. The picture on the left side is when I first arrived to the city. So the University of Saskatchewan is located in Saskatoon. That is the biggest city in the province of Saskatchewan. If you guys want to have an idea of where Saskatchewan is basically Western Canada. You might know about British Columbia. That is the really west side and the coast. And then you have Alberta on the right side. And then you have Saskatchewan is kind of in the middle. And then on the right side, you have Manitoba. And then you have, I guess, Ontario. So that is the first view that I had when I first arrived to Saskatoon. A really welcoming view of the university, and I was an astonishing picture. That was an astonishing picture because it shows you where you're gonna study, um, where you have to be, and what the challenge is. So that was an amazing trip the first time, and afterwards. I didn't start my studies in the first year of my career. So I previously had 1 year of preparation. We call it the foundation program. So that was a really nice program as well. I learned a lot from their program, and I got the opportunity to meet a lot of people. Some of them, and I mean most of them, are Chinese. It was sometimes I used to call it the Chinese program because most of the classmates that we had were from China. Lots of Chinese people. They were really nice, as you can see. Just over here in the picture, sharing some Ecuadorian culture, trying to explain some things. And it was a little bit hard at the beginning because they do have some accents. They are different, very different from the ones that we have here, and some of the words are very difficult to understand. Also, the culture. It is an amazing culture, the Chinese culture. We went to a lot of places, went to a lot of restaurants, and a lot of spicy food as well, I have to say. You can see in this picture, she was one of my best friends, Chinese. I don't know what would have been the product from that cross. But anyway, so the experience was amazing at the beginning because I did a lot of things that I didn't think I was gonna do so early. So the first one was going snowboarding. You can see just people doing snowboarding on YouTube videos, maybe movies, maybe pictures, but doing snowboarding yourself is very challenging. I gotta say, guys. If you had some previous background in terms of skateboarding, probably you're more capable of doing it at the first time. But if you don't, trust me, you're gonna hurt your neck, your back, and your legs, and your knees are gonna be very damaged at the end of the day. But that was amazing. That was one of the most amazing things that I did for the first time. And then I also went trick and treating. As you guys know, we don't have trick and treating here in Ecuador. We celebrate some other things, but that was a really nice experience. That was my costume, as you can see, with my Japanese friend as well. He was my roommate, and also I have this picture from some indigenous people from the province. So one of the most important things from the province is that they have a lot of incidents of indigenous people. And some of them share some of the thoughts that we also have here in Ecuador. I was some of the one of the most interesting things that I found first when I arrived to the province and to the city as well. So we, as a matter of fact, have a program specifically for indigenous people. The university is very dedicated for in terms of providing scholarships for indigenous people. And you also have an elective that you can take in order to learn the language that they speak, the native language. So that very interesting to know. And some of the things in terms of adapting myself to the new culture is the fact that I had to have a roommate. In the university, the residence, the rooms can be very small, and you have to, and the cost of it is very expensive. So even though the room is very small and you share pretty much everything, the cost is kind of really high. But anyways, I had to learn how to survive with this guy. As you can see, he was a little bit messy, but I'm just gonna see if I can play this. Yeah, he was slept as hell. Yeah, but he was a really nice guy. He was a really nice guy. His name is Bailey.
Mhm.
I lived with him in the winter of 2019. He was a nice guy because he used to teach me a lot of things about the Canadian culture, the Canadian youngsters, how to interact with them, how to come up with any topic, and what things you can talk about and what topics you cannot talk about.
Mhm.
So yeah, that was a nice experience. I hope he's still alive. But anyway, um, the other thing that I wanted to show you guys is the very cold weather that we have in Saskatchewan. Just to give you an idea of how cold it is up there. We had, I remember in 2019, the winter of 2019, we reached as low as minus 35. No, I guess it was minus 38.
Wow.
So I was really cold, really, really cold, even though I kind of had a previous idea of what the cold means because, I was in the mountains and I guess that I was experiencing probably as low as -1. That was the lowest that I experienced before. But, experiencing minus 38 was such a new
Wow.
experience, was such a new experience. And, that is
Cold.
what, sorry?
Extremely cold.
Yeah, that was really, really cold. And that is what the thermometer says, but you have the chilly wind and the
Mhm.
sensation is even lower. So you
Oh,
can the sensation could be like -44, -45. So I mean, if you go out, you gotta just wrap up yourself with a lot of clothes, and you gotta use the system of the 3 layers. Probably some of you guys know that are in the Netherlands, and if you don't, I mean, even if you do, you're gonna see your eyebrows frozen. You're gonna see your eyelashes as well frozen, and your thoughts, everything. Your ears are just frozen and they hurt. And yeah, probably that is one of the worst things in the province. And on the right side, I have a picture of myself. I had a summer job summer job experience at a Starbucks. This past summer. That was an amazing experience, and probably you guys know about a Starbucks. We don't serve coffee; we serve experience.
mhm.
That's what the meme says.
Mhm.
So that was really nice. I got the opportunity to learn a lot of things, how to do handcrafted drinks, how to make the cappuccinos, and I did learn a lot about coffee. I wasn't a coffee drinker myself before, but once I started to work at a Starbucks, oh, I needed my caffeine every single day. Um, well, you also have some positions at the store. Basically, you have 3 positions. You can be the barista making the drinks. You can be the front check, being as a customer service person, and then you can also be at the window. So at the window, you have the responsibility to take orders that are coming through the drive-through, and you also have the responsibility to hand in the drinks. So most of the time we don't have the drinks ready for you, and you have to establish a conversation with the customers because they cannot be waiting while they're doing nothing. So you got to start the conversation, and that was amazing because I am really a talkative guy myself, so I didn't have any problems with that. And that was an amazing opportunity to get to know much more about the Canadian culture, get to know much more about the daily life of some usual customers. Some of them are still my friends. Some of them I still have contact with through Facebook and WhatsApp. So, really good place to work in. And yeah, that was amazing. That was amazing. And then in 2019, in the winter, we also have the chance to share some Ecuadorian culture. I am a lover of the Ecuadorian culture, and every single place, every single person from other parts of the world that I talk to, when I have the opportunity, I talk to them about the Ecuadorian culture and how rich we are in terms of culture. And as you can see, we kind of created a group. We established a group. He's Benance. He's from France, and he was with us. With the guitar, I was playing the quena. As you can see, she was the dancer, the Diablo Uma, and he's Alfonso. He's also a GAR scholarship recipient, and he was playing the ukulele as well. We got to know the mayor of the city as well. This guy, as you can see over here, and we did some storytelling as well. We shared the story of the Diablo Uma. That was an amazing experience. Lots of people surrounding us, getting to know a little bit more about the Ecuadorian culture. They were just fascinated. We had some interviews as well at the end of the presentation. She's also Ecuadorian, by the way. She's the dancer. So furthermore, I wanted to talk a little bit more about the University of Saskatchewan. As you can see, it is very, very big. Very, very big. It has a lot of buildings and campuses around throughout the field. As you can see over here, we have the research plots, and this building over here is the one dedicated for students in agriculture and bioresources. My college, I have to say. And, I just noted a very interesting thing. As you can see, we have bridges that connect one building to the other. So this is essential, especially when you're in winter and you have the minus 35 that I mentioned, and you don't really want to be outside. So everything is kind of connected. You can just go from engineering to agriculture through the bridges. You can go from arts and science to agriculture through bridges that are underground as well. So everything is connected. I was really fascinated about this fact. So we have a lot of agriculture incidents, and I was telling Mauricio, we are one of the universities in the forefront in terms of agricultural research and research. Pardon?
Yeah, that sounds really interesting.
Yeah. And, as a matter of fact, that is one of the reasons, probably the main reasons why the university was in the top list of Senate seat when we applied. And yeah, I noticed that later when I started my studies at the university, they invest a lot of money in agricultural research. And especially because we have the land, we have the history, and we also have lots of farmers throughout the province. We produce roughly the 80%, roughly 75%, 80% of the whole wheat that is commercialized in the world. So just in the province of Saskatchewan, Saskatchewan also is well known for producing barley, canola, oats, as well as some pulses, lentils, chickpeas, and a lot of things as well. So this picture on the right side is from the synchrotron. It is just a small version of the synchrotron that they have in Switzerland, I believe it is, or Belgium. No, Switzerland. So they do a lot of research in terms of electrons and microparticles to very micro levels. And one of the pictures here as well is showing the vaccine and infectious disease organization, well known as VIDO. And this is very interesting because, they were developing the Canadian vaccine. The studies started at the University of Saskatchewan, specifically at this institution. And right now, as far as I'm concerned, they already started the human trials. So probably by the next year, Canada would have its own vaccine that was produced, and there was and the studies were. The studies started at the University of Saskatchewan. So that is very interesting. On the left side picture as well, you can see that was that was an event that was organized by the College of Agriculture and Bioresources. It is called the Ag Bio Challenge, and they give you a topic. They give you an issue that is currently affecting Western Canada agriculture, and then they give you 8 hours. You gotta be working for 8 hours in a row. They give you internet, they give you snacks, and they give you everything. And then at the end, you have to come up with an idea, with a sort of new idea to solve this problem, to solve this challenge. These three guys over here are just amazing. They're very intelligent. They're very smart. And, we were competing against faculty students that had farming background. They were fourth year students. So that was really hard. We didn't know that we're gonna get the third place, but we got it. We came up with a single word that probably caught the attention of the judges. That was agridaptability, sort of a fancy new word. So we got $250, but much more than the money was the fact that we won. That we did beat some fourth year students that had much more knowledge, that had much more experience on that regard. So that was really great, and I guess that is the end of my presentation. Yep.
Wow, you have such a great academic background, and well, your story is definitely really nice. Great, thank you so much, Sebas, for sharing this with all of us. Well, to be honest, I didn't know about your university, but yeah, it's really interesting to know a little bit more. That is one of the top universities in the world, so that is really amazing. I didn't know about the studies of agriculture that this university offers, and yeah, it's really amazing. Saskatchewan, is that the correct pronunciation? Sorry.
No worries. That is common. Saskatchewan. Until you get
right. Yeah, right. At the beginning of the show, I mispronounced the name of your university. Now it's right now. All right. So I really like the pictures that you showed. Were you wearing national costumes? I really like. I know that you are very proud of being an Ecuadorian. So that is really nice. Tell me a little bit more. For example, when you have the chance to meet international students, so what is the first thing that you usually talks about Ecuador? I don't know, maybe common phrases in Ecuador. What about Ecuador? Probably where Ecuador is located, because nobody, most people don't know about the specific location of Ecuador. So I don't know if that happens to you.
Yeah. It was more likely to happen with the Chinese friends because of the pronunciation. They have a different pronunciation for Ecuador. It was Ecuador, something like that. It was really hard, but when they don't know about the location of Ecuador, of course you got to start with the continent, South America, and then you mention about Colombia, Peru, and everyone goes, "Oh, Colombia," and then they say Pablo Escobar, and then you say, "Yeah, we're just down Colombia, just a little bit lower," and then when they want to know a little bit more about Ecuador, every single time is there with the fact that we have 4 worlds in just one country, and that you have the opportunity to know 4 worlds in just 1 week. You can be just one day in the Amazon region, and then the other day you can travel to the highlands, and then the other day you can enjoy the sun and the sand and the beaches, and then if you still have some money, you can travel to the Galapagos Islands. So you have this amazing trip, you have this amazing culture, and you have everything in just one place. That is what I usually tell them. And then afterwards, I guess that it'll depend upon the conversation, the questions that I usually ask. They come up with things like, is it expensive? Is it safe? Is it worth it to go? what are some of the seasons that you would recommend me to travel around, and we have also the advantage that you can visit Ecuador like probably every single month that you want. We don't have we don't have anything as a thing as a winter, as a very cold winter. So yeah, they're just fascinated with that. And in fact, I've gotten some people coming to Ecuador probably because of my speech. Yeah.
Wow, that sounds really, really interesting. And congratulations, Sebas. I really, really admire people who not only go and study, but they also like to show part of their culture. So that is really, really amazing from you guys. And yeah, I really like. Have you taught them Spanish?
Yeah, of course, of course. Not most of them want to learn the Spanish because I don't know. Maybe they have some biases, but when they do, they want to learn about the slang. And I don't know. Probably the people that are watching me, the GAR students as well, they have this thing in common. But they want to know the bad words. I don't know why, but they want to know the bad words. So I have to teach them, of course, the Ecuadorian ones and the common ones. And then we start with things like, okay, this is how you introduce yourself. This is how you start the conversation. These are some of the topics that you can talk about. And yeah, one of the hardest words that is that is really challenging for me to teach is chuta. Chuta. We use it a lot. We use it a lot, but we sometimes use it for different scenarios, and then it's kind of difficult sometimes to teach Spanish words, and especially slang, especially slang.
That's right.
But
Yeah.
one of the most interesting things that I found when I was working at Starbucks, we had a lot of Filipinos, people from Philippines, and as you may know, they had some Spanish presence as well in their country, so they speak Tagalog. And some of the words that they speak in Tagalog are very common and are very usually in Spanish as well. So things like numbers, uno, dos, tres, they have the same thing. So yeah, with them was a little bit easier, the Spanish, I guess.
If I am not wrong, I think the Philippines were conquered by Spaniards, so I think
Yep.
that is why we have something in common. So probably, last names, for example. Yeah, I have some.
Yeah, last names.
Yes, I have many friends from the Philippines, and yeah, they have common last name like Acosta, Almeida, right? So yeah,
Yeah,
I see. Yeah,
true.
right. Yeah, it's true. I have another question for you, Sebas. How do you feel when you put on your national costume? Because I see that you are very, very proud of Ecuador. So how do you feel when you put on your national costume and when you are with other students, international students, or how do you feel? Tell
Hmm.
me about that.
Yeah, probably the first sensation
Mhm.
that I feel is warmth,
Mm.
especially in winter when you have this really cold weather. I mean, in terms of efficiency, the poncho is really good. So when I go outside, I wear my poncho as well, and I don't know, I just feel wrapped up with myself. I really feel that I'm carrying something really valuable, not only for me, but for my country as well. And I like going with the poncho because I usually start a conversation when I go out with it. So that is a really good way to start a conversation with anyone who is very interested in the poncho. Just comes and starts asking about it. Where can I get it? Where do you get it? Can you sell me yours? Things like that. So I was actually thinking about starting a business selling content in Canada. It wouldn't
That's,
be a bad idea.
yeah, why not? Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, why not?
So as you said, I feel really proud about my culture and about my background, and it is really sad because when you know some Ecuadorian friends, and not only Ecuadorians, but people from South America that share some of our culture, some of our indigenous background. They sometimes don't feel really comfortable about talking about their backgrounds. So I don't know. Probably that is something that we have to change. Maybe get used to it. But in my case, I love it. I just love it.
Great, great. That is the attitude. Congratulations, Sebas, for sharing this awesome experience. Wow. Well, it's really important to share part of our culture. When you have the opportunity, just do it. Do it
Yeah.
without thinking twice. Do it. Yeah, it's really nice to share part of our culture. All right, perfect, Sebas. Thank you so much for your awesome story. So now let's continue with our next section. So now I have some pictures, and I am going to ask you some questions about these pictures. All right. So here we go. Okay. So the first question, or maybe sorry, the first picture is this one. All right. What is the first? Sorry. Why
Ooh.
is this picture very special for you?
Well, how to start? Well, this picture was taken just a few months ago.
Mhm.
It is at the summit of the volcano of the Cotopaxi volcano in Spanish. Um, the Cotopaxi volcano was one of the most iconic things that I used to watch when I used to travel to Quito. I mean, when I still travel to Quito, to just to the northern areas of Ecuador. So I also, since I was a child, I have this perception of this amazing and outstanding and huge piece of land and piece of nature, and I always pictured myself at the top of it. As I said, I'm a really lover of hiking, climbing, and mountaineering overall. And I also have this dream to get to the summit of the Cotopaxi volcano. I prepared myself for it physically and a little bit mentally as well, but I didn't know that it was going to be really hard. Throughout the pathway, it was really hard. It was really physically demanding, and once I did reach there, I had no words. I had just no words, and I just had cries. I just had droplets. So I don't know. It was really challenging for me. I had the chance to think a lot about things that happened in my life when we were just going up there, and really made me think about how small we are in the world and how we owe to the nature. Uh, so this is very important for me because I reach and I fulfills one of my main objectives in life, and you know I also just did establish some objectives for my future career as well. So that was a meaningful moment. That was some of the things that I wanted to do my whole life, and I did it.
Yes, you did it, definitely. All right, perfect. Thank you so much. So now let's continue with our second picture. And the question is, what is the
Oh,
first thing that comes to your mind when you see this picture?
well, where do you get that picture from? No, I'm just kidding.
I don't
Well,
know
my
for that
fam-
in charge of that, so I don't know, to be honest.
my family, they are the most important people in my life. I mean, there are just some of them. I also have my dad and my grandma as well. But he's my brother, my mom, and my little sister. They represent something really valuable in my life. My mom, especially, she's very supportive, and she's one of those persons that uh, they will always be there for you, no matter what you have done in your life, no matter your mistakes. She's gonna be there for you, and without hesitation, she's gonna provide you with warmth. She's gonna provide you with a smile as well, and if she has to cry with you, she will do it. Of course, she will do it. Also, my little sister, she's growing up, just trying to show her how the world is functioning, and that also represents a challenge for me. And yeah, I guess that.
All right. Yeah, this is such a great and nice picture of your family. All right, perfect. Great. Thank you so much for your answer. So now it's time to play. All right, Sebas, here we have the first game. There you are, nine numbers. You are going to choose three numbers in total, and I am going to give you three clues in total. The idea of this game is to hide and reveal the hidden picture. All right, so let's begin. Can you choose the first number, please?
So I guess that I'm gonna go with number 5.
Number five. All right.
It goes.
This is a famous country located in Central Europe. Mm,
Jeez, jeez, I have no clue.
okay, you can choose another number if you
Well,
want.
can we go with 7? I guess.
Number seven. All right. All right, there you are. So the second clue is this country is home to numerous international organizations such as the Red Cross, the International Labor Organization, and the World Health Organization, and also the headquarters of FIFA.
Interesting. Sweden.
Yes. Okay, let's see. Yes, that's correct. All right, please, production, can you
Okay.
help me with the
Nice.
rest? All right. Yeah, they are just okay. Production, can you help me with the rest? All right. Yes, Switzerland. There you are. Yes, very good. And well, the third clue was the capital is Berna, and its official languages are German, Italian, and French. So there you are, Switzerland. Surrounded
So
by the
actually,
Alps.
it's Sweden. So I
Ah,
was mistaken, I
Sweden.
guess.
You said Sweden.
Pardon?
All right. Sorry. Well, anyway, it was close. All right. Well, production
Oh, that
was
was really close.
incorrect. Okay. Perfect. Anyway, well, this is the hidden picture, Switzerland. All right. It is located in Central Europe. All right. And yeah, okay. Perfect. Anyway, we can continue with our next game. All right. Please, production, can you help me with the second game? All right. The second game is called Bacteria's Will. So as you can see, the wheel is divided into several sections. Each section contains two options, all right? And I am going to spin the wheel and I am going to ask you some questions. You can
Sure.
choose only one option, or maybe you can answer and you can say both or neither, and you have to tell us why. All right, so let's begin with the first question. All right, Sebas, which do you prefer? Facebook or YouTube?
YouTube, definitely.
All right, why?
Why? I don't know. I find maybe much more interesting information on YouTube. I don't know, when I want to watch a documentary, or when I want to, I don't know, just watch some news. I usually go to YouTube. Uh, but yeah, I don't know. I believe YouTube is more interactive in a certain way for me. And I also have a YouTube channel right now. So I've been spending much more time on YouTube right now.
All right, perfect.
Yeah.
Thank you. Mhm. Very good. All right, let's continue with our second question. All right, Sebas, what do you prefer, dogs or cats?
Uh, Definitely dog. I don't know why I don't get along with cats.
Mhm.
Probably because I didn't have any experiences with cats when I was a kid. But with dogs, yeah, a lot. I love dogs. Even though we don't have any dogs here at my mom's house, my mom's
Mhm.
apartment, we do have a lot of dogs on my dad's house. So I love them. I love them. But especially in Canada, it is really expensive to have a dog. First of all, you gotta buy them a chip, and
Mhm.
that chip will just look kind of if you lose the dog, you will be able to just see the dog on a electronic platform, and that is really expensive. If you want to have a dog in Canada, you might be thinking about spending probably $300 a month, or maybe $400.
Mhm.
So yeah,
That's
not for
right.
the moment, dogs.
Okay, perfect. Let's continue with our next question. All right. Okay, Sebas, which do you prefer? A car or a bike?
Hmm, really tough decision. I guess that it depends upon the situation, but I would say maybe a car right now. Maybe a car, but just with a really slight difference. Because with the car you can reach further places. Um, but with a bike you can just be in the mountains and then enjoy much more the nature. So slightly the car.
All right. Perfect. Let's
What about you?
continue with our next question. Here we go. All right. Sebas, which do you prefer, anime or Marvel?
Anime, probably anime, but just a little bit. Not really both of them. The first one,
Mm-hmm. All
yeah.
right. Perfect. Let's go on. Okay, Sebas, which do you prefer, reading or writing?
I would go for writing. Yeah, I guess that I would go for writing. I don't know, much more opportunity to express your ideas on a paper. And yeah, if you're feeling alone, I don't know, if you're feeling that something is not fitting on your life, you can just write it down. And if you want to throw it on the garbage, it's up to you. And it's
Mm-hmm.
not just, well, yeah.
Perfect. Let's continue with our last question. All right. Sebas, which place do you prefer, a mountain or an island?
Well, you might infer my answer. So mountain, definitely a mountain.
Yeah, well, we have
Yeah.
seen that you really like to go climbing. Yeah, Cotopaxi, that is really, really awesome. All right, perfect. Very good. Thank you, Sebas, for your answers. So now it's time to play the last game. Our last game is called Let Us Know. All right, as you can see, there you are, 15 cards. Each card contains a hidden question for you. Here we are going to know a little bit more about the things that you like or the things that you love. All right, so
Okay.
please, you are going to choose 5 cards in total. All right, so let's begin with the first one.
Let's go with number 8.
Number 8. And the question is, what's your favorite season?
My favorite season, probably summer. Probably
Mm,
summer because of the sun, the sunlight, the really warm weather, and the fact that you can go to the beach. And I enjoy the beach as well.
all right, perfect. Let's continue with our second card.
Let's go with 10.
Number 10. And the question is, what's your favorite food?
Oh, my favorite food. Um, I had a different opinion probably 2 years ago, but now the encebollado is
Mm-hmm.
my favorite food. I
Oh,
just love it, and I miss it a lot when I go to Canada. I usually take some encebollado cans with me. Uh, that somehow palliates the sadness. But yeah, encebollado for now.
yeah, that's right. Yeah, perfect. Very good. Let's continue. Okay,
Uh,
let's continue with the third card.
let's go with 12.
Number 12. And the question is, what's your favorite song?
My favorite song. That is a really tough decision, but I would say, let me check. Uh, One Day. It is called One Day by Matiz.
All right,
Yep.
perfect. Great. Okay, let's continue with the fourth card.
And let's just end with 14.
All right, there you are. And the question is, what's your favorite movie?
My favorite movie, that is a very tough question as well, because I have some top movies in my list, but I would go with Shrek. I won't hesitate
Okay.
to say that. Shrek,
Okay.
even now.
That's good. Okay, let's continue. Okay, the last card, please.
Let's go with number one.
Number one. And the question is, what's your favorite kind of music?
Uh, Tough question as well, but I would go with
All
rock
right.
music and classical rock music as well. Yeah.
Okay. Perfect. Very, very good. Okay. Thank you so much for your answers. All right. So now it's time for the three final questions. Okay. So the first question is, where do you see yourself in 10 years?
Where do I see myself in 10 years? Well, I see myself in 10 years traveling around the world.
Mhm.
Even though I love Ecuador, I realized that I can get um, a lot of personal development when I meet a lot of people from different parts of the world. So I see myself in 10 years traveling around the world, working in different spaces, working outfields, working with people in from different perspectives and from different backgrounds as well. Um, and I also see myself changing some of the aspects that are affecting the agriculture here in Ecuador.
All right. Yeah, it sounds really interesting. All right. Let's continue with our second question. And the second question is, what country would you like to visit and why?
I would love to go to the Netherlands, and one of the facts is because I wanna meet my GAR friends again. That is one of the things why I wanted to go there. And they also have the most prestigious universities in terms of agriculture and agriculture research. So that would be a good opportunity to get to know the university. It is called the Wageningen University. Uh, so it'll be really interesting. Probably thinking about it as a post graduate program, maybe. And I also want to go to the Netherlands because it is really close to Belgium, and I want to go to one of the most renowned festivals, electronic festivals in the world. So just giving you a little bit more of information about myself. But yeah.
Okay, perfect. Thank you. That sounds interesting as well. All right. And the last question is, if you could make only three wishes, what would they be and why?
um, Tough question as well.
Just
Maybe.
today.
Yeah, it's tough questions today. Why is that? Probably one of them would be uh, the opportunity to have enough resources to feed children that are currently in situations of poverty and hunger. Probably the second one would be uh, that is a tough question. I don't know. I don't know. Three wishes. Maybe I don't know. Some like a tool that with which I can travel to any part of the world, and in maybe not in the world. You say in the universe, in the
Yeah.
universe. And the third one would be eternal life, so that I can
Mm,
live forever and I can
okay.
think out the future of this society.
Okay, perfect. Thank you so much, Sebas, for your answers. Okay, so we are almost done. So now it's time to read the messages that people sent us to our Facebook live chat, and also the names of people who are watching right now this show. All right, Fernando says, incredible interview. Keep on going. Very nice stories. Thank you so much, Fernando. Fernando sent you a nice stickers, but here we can't see it during the lives program, but you can check it out in the comment sections. You can see the nice sticker. Patty Carwa says, a very nice story, and yeah, congratulations. Thank you so much, Patty. Patty is the fan number one of Masterpiece Show. She always She always watches Masterpiece Show, and she also sent you a nice stickers. Well, we can see it now, but you can check it out in the comment section. All right. And now let me send a special greetings to all people who are watching this show right now. We want to send a special greetings to Joel Erazo in Tulcan. Thank you so much, Joel Erazo, for watching Masterpiece Show. Patty Cadwa, the fan number one of Masterpiece Show. Thank you so much for being part of Masterpiece Show. Joel Cabrera in Scotland. Thank you so much. Another GAR student. Thank you so much, Joel Cabrera in Scotland. Thank you for watching Masterpiece Show. A Yachi Tech student, Steven de la Cruz. Thank you so much, Steven, for watching Masterpiece Show. Daniela Llanes, thank you so much, Danny, for watching Masterpiece Show. I am not sure if Danny is in Canada as well. I'm not sure. All right, Annabelle Mora, thank you so much, Annabelle Mora, for watching Masterpiece Show. Special greetings to all GAR students over there. And also special greetings to Fernando. Thank you so much for your messages, and thank you so much for being part of Masterpiece Show. Thank you so much. All right, Seba, so we have, all right, there you are, a message from Annabelle. Yes, there you are. All right, there you are.
Oh,
your nickname.
yeah, my nickname.
Okay, perfect. Thank you so much, Annabelle, for watching Masterpiece Show. We really, really appreciate it. Okay, so Sebas, now if you have your last message, or if you want to say, if you want to send special greetings to someone, now you can do it.
Well, but once again, thanks for having me here. As I said, this is a good opportunity to share the experiences. Especially when you're abroad, when you learn a lot of things, and when you just want to talk about the things that you learn there, the experiences that you get from people, that you get from institutions, and that you get from, in this case, Canadians. I just want to thank the people that were watching through Facebook, Instagram, and YouTube. And I also wanted to say that if you have a dream, you just have to pursue your dream. You just have to do it. You don't have to think about anything else. You just have to have it in mind, focus on it, work really hard for it, and it'll come. It'll just come. Thank you very much once again, and I really hope the best for Masterpiece.
All right, thank you so much, Sebas, for your time with us, and thank you so much for sharing your inspirational story. Thank you so much. Well, before we, okay, there you are. Another special greetings to Fernando Luis Carua. He says a special greetings to you. Thank you so much, Fernando, for watching Masterpiece Show. Well, before we, okay, yes, I think, yeah, all right, yeah. Well, production says that I need to say something important to the audience. Yeah, so it's time. All right, yes, so I will do it right now. Okay, yeah, Janapan. All right, yes, yeah. Well, since we know that this show is being watched around the world, we kindly invited to join Yanapana Project. Remember that Yanapana Project is in charge of a charity fundraising event that is going to take place next week from the 16th to the 20th. So you are kindly invited to join this wonderful event. Yeah, remember to visit www.yanapanaproject.org, and there you can find more information about this charity fundraising event that Yanapana project is going to offer next week from the 16th to the 20th. Yes, am I right? Yes. So please, if you want to donate, or if you want to be part of this awesome event, the Latin Week, so you can join us join us, and remember to visit this website to get more information about that. Thank you so much. Okay, well, once again, Sebas, thank you so much for your time with us, and thank you so much for sharing your awesome and inspirational story. Well, I truly admire our GAR students, and by the way, we want to send a special greetings to all of them who are watching this show around the world. And thank you so much for being part of Masterpiece Show. Sebas, we wish you all the best. Well, you are a really, really awesome human being. And we wish you all the best for you, for your projects, for your studies. I think that you are going to be one of those students who will change our society, the reality of our Ecuadorian system. I am completely sure that you will be one of those who are going to change this reality. Thank you so much for being here in our show.
Thank you. Thank you very much for the words. I really look forward to working with you guys again in the future. And I hope you have much more guests in the program, and wish you guys all the best. Thank you very much for the words and for the interview. We
All
appreciate
right. Thank you so much, Sebas, for being here in our show. All right, so he is Sebastián Freire, and definitely his profile is a masterpiece. Remember to join us next week. We will have more special guests in our program. Remember, on Thursday and on Tuesdays, we have our program at 8:30, and on Saturdays, we have our special program at 2 o'clock. Thank you so much for watching Masterpiece Show. We will see you next week. Thank you so much. Thank you so much, Sebas. Have a good
you.
afternoon.
You too. Thank you. See you guys later.